Let's see if Insurgency Sandstorm is that realistic Ultra Pro PTSD Chicken McNuggets simulator game. Keep watching. Let's start with Grenade Launcher. To your attention, GP25, the underbarrel grenade launcher of this particular model, we can see in the game. So what's the problem? Well, look at this shot. In reality, this wonderful thing is designed for longer distances. Yeah, maybe it is made for game balance, but check this out. This scale is what you use to dial in your sight for different ranges, like 100 meters, 200, etc. And now take a look at the game. As you can see, there is no scale. But as you can also see, this sight is set up for engaging targets at around 200 to 300 meters. And now look at this shot again. That's nowhere near even 100 meters. It actually looks more like we just threw our grenade by hand. Also, notice how many grenades our character carries. Real soldiers would take at least 10 grenades for a mission, but our character decides to take only a few. Was that a SpaceX rocket? Because RPG Shell doesn't act like this. It has collision too. Take a look at these marks next to the sight. You use them to set the range you are aiming at. Yes, when it's fired, the rocket boost kicks in for a few seconds, but it can't fly that straight. What the fuck was that? If you fire it under yourself, or at a very close range, it's not supposed to explode. Minimum arming distance is approximately 5 to 10 meters. This is designed so that fools like our character don't blow themselves up by hitting something too close. M67 and F1. These are the exact type of grenades we see in the game. But what is the difference between them? The M67 is an American offensive grenade that entered service in 1968. It has a casualty radius of about 15 meters. The F1 is a Soviet defensive grenade that entered service in 1939 with a casualty radius of about 30 meters. In the game, there is absolutely no difference between them. The only one is that they are used by different factions, but that's completely inaccurate. Check out this illustration of the M67 blast radius. It shows the danger zones when it goes off. Because it's an offensive grenade, it's made to be less deadly for the person throwing it, and it's mainly used in assaults. And now take a look at the Soviet F1. This grenade is used strictly for defense and should always be thrown from the cover. That's why it has a larger killing zone, specifically to stop an enemy advance. Let's also talk about the weight of these grenades. The M67 is lighter, around 400 grams. While the F1 is heavier, about 600 grams. That's why the American grenade is easier to throw over a distance, and the Soviet one is more for use from a trench. In Insurgency Sandstorm, this line between them has been completely blurred. Please don't do that, because the only thing that breaches that way is your shoulder. Better try doing it with your foot. But anyway, be careful, guys. So many questions, but so little answers. How is our guy so cool that the only thing he experienced in this situation was a little coughing? If I were him, I would suffocate like a fat woman's dog she sat on. Also, the real smoke grenade M83 doesn't last so little. It should be at least 50 to 90 seconds, but whatever. If it were like that, the whole server would look like a frat party. Real night vision doesn't act like this. And how could he look through it with this on his head? Usually to scope with the night vision on, people use special attachments on it. And probably if you looked through the scope with the goggles on, you would see nothing but a blurry mess. So you are telling me that a grown man can't break a window using his AK, and it needs 3 shots to shatter. Okay, and now watch this. It just disintegrated this door, but a window left untouched. Pretty strong windows, I must say. Okay, that's it. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Comment if I missed something. Love you.